This is the 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. We're going to answer the question, what do you get for $37,090? Well, for starters, you get a lot of standard features for the money. The advanced driving aids are smooth, not like some of the competitors such as Honda that tend to be a little bit overly reactive in their operation. You also have plentiful power from the available 2.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder, and the warranty is nice and long. And there are a couple of changes for 2023. The SEL convenience package has been discontinued, and there is some minor shuffling of some of the features available for this Santa Fe. Here on the front end, we're going to find the very tastefully done, probably the best way I can describe, LED daytime running lights, not only on one side, but also coming from here on my left and your right, flowing down, gonna have a little bit of an arch right there. LED headlights to complement that, and the classic look with the front grille. It's going to be flat black, which is always a good thing because that means it stands up better. Anytime you have gloss, such as what we also don't have down here on the front spoiler right here, that means that a flat color like this is going to hold up better to damage on the road, getting hit by rocks and debris and things like that. And something else that I like here that contributes to keeping the engine nice and cool, believe it or not, the fact that this is hollowed out, the logo here, it doesn't have material inside of it, that's going to allow more air in for that 2.5-liter four-cylinder to stay nice and cool like it should. And if you like your bulges, well, we have bulges here. As far as the center of the hood goes, working its way up on both sides, and then towards the top, it makes the turn and it fades out into a more flat area. In fact, you can see that really well because of the positioning of the sunlight here, making everything just, well, look super nice. I really like the character lines of what Hyundai has done here. What about tire and wheel size? 235 on the width. That means there's plenty of meat on the road. That means you're going to have good stability. A 30 series sidewall, that's not too big and not too small, or not too high and not too low, I should say. That's going to contribute to good ride quality. And the 18-inch XRT wheels. And then as we work our way down the side, obviously you're going to have the fender flares that turn into the rest of the body trim down here, part of that XRT package. You do have the side steps right here. Don't know that that's really necessary. Honestly, if you're going off-roading, that can be a little bit of a hindrance, although this vehicle isn't meant for heavy off-roading, but it does have some capability there. And nice body lines overall as far as what we have with the direction everything goes down here on the lower portion of the door sills down there. And then we have a combination of body color and gloss black mirrors right here. So the mirror caps gloss black, gonna have those sparkles in there, turn signal indicators built in. They are heated and power folding. You're also going to have the brushed aluminum and body color once again here on the door handles. And then I know you're probably saying, well, Tom, what does the remote look like? There you go, still in its wrapper. It's so new. You've got unlock, lock, unlock. You can open the rear hatch, and then you got your panic button right there. And one of your favorite features, I know, because a lot of you asked me about that, the remote start system. And then we're going to have the brushed aluminum trim around the windows, the surround here, but you're still going to have some gloss black right here. Kind of seems to be well placed, as it is by Hyundai. And the roof rails up there making for a lot of additional capability for this particular model because of what you can put up there. Anything you want, basically. And I do like the way the lines of the roof are here. With the roof rails right here, it just kind of flows down into the rear roof spoiler. That looks very nice. And then while we do have the exposed window wiper back here, it would be kind of nice to see that tucked away in there, but it is what it is, not necessarily a big deal. The Santa Fe logo, you know it's the XRT trim level. By the way, I did borrow this model from my friends at Morgan Hyundai, Mike Morgan Hyundai here in Shreveport, Louisiana. If you want to know more about it, you can check out the link in the description of the video, and it will tell you everything you need to know. If you come in and buy this from somebody here at the dealership, tell them Tom from Vehicle Visionary sent you their way. There are two available engine options. Both are 2.5 liter. One is either naturally aspirated or turbocharged. In this case, we have the naturally aspirated motor that makes 191 horsepower and 181 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and you can go front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive with these models. And depending on your situation, you might choose the lesser of the two motors because you're going to get the better gas mileage. 22 city, 25 highway, 24 combined. And Hyundai says you should use 4.2 gallons of gas per every 100 miles you drive. If you want to tow with your Santa Fe, the numbers range between 2,000 pounds of towing capacity up to 3,500 pounds. And what about cargo capacity? You're looking at 36.4 cubic feet up to a maximum 76.1. You've got the Santa Fe logo on the carpet here in the rear area. You can remove that if you want to keep from getting things dirty. Under the floor, there is even more storage space. The tools, I should say, for changing your spare tire. If you need to do that, you did see earlier in the video when I showed you the undercarriage shot that the spare tire is located underneath the vehicle. And to maximize cargo capacity, you're just going to come right down here, this lever, pull up on that, and everything is going to fold down. That's how you maximize cargo capacity. And to finish things off here in the rear, you have a little bit of storage space right here. You also have the 12-volt power outlet that gives a multitude of options for tailgating, for camping, different things like that. Definitely going to be able to take advantage of that. And then here is the button to close the power tailgate. And taking a look in through the rear door on the driver's side, take a look at what we have as far as the door panel goes. You're going to have the materials right here, maybe not the softest around, but you know, even though it's not super soft to the touch, when you put your arm up there, it's not uncomfortable, not a big deal. I do like the kind of pleated look you have right here. That gives a nice look with what you have there. Door bin right here, quite a bit of space. You could put a nice large bottle down in there, a bottle of water, and snacks back here, whatever you want to do. And then we'll hop inside here. There is quite a bit of space. You can see I have a lot of leg space here. And what about headroom? Well, there's what I have. Hi everybody. Since I'm behind the camera, you can see me in front of the camera for a brief second. And then you're going to see you only have one seat back pocket on the passenger side. And if you've ever wondered what is up with the design right here, these little indentions on each side, believe it or not, that's meant to increase leg space. If the seat is really far back, that gives a little bit more room, a tiny bit more room for more additional space if needed. Kind of sounds interesting, but that's the way that it is. Dual air conditioning vents here on the rear and dual USB ports. There should be a third there, Hyundai, because you have seating back here for 3 people. But you can fix that with an adapter, or at least your rear seat passengers can. Here's the fold down armrest, space for 2 cup holders or 2 cups within the cup holders, a little bit of space there for the snacks and the armrest as well. I always wonder why these car manufacturers don't put the cup holders, let's get our tongue untwisted there, Tom, right here instead of right here, because here's what happens. When you put drinks right there in the cup holders, well, it's no longer available as an armrest unless you want to stick your arm way back here like this. That just isn't going to work. Just an observation, but it is something that I have noticed. You will have the grab handles obviously up there and the reading light here in case somebody wants to read in the back seat of the Santa Fe XRT. And here looking through the front door on the passenger side, gonna have the nice door handle right here in brushed aluminum. So I like the fact that you don't have any gloss black here. Not gonna fingerprint things up a whole lot. A bit of a carbon fiber look right here as far as the design for the trim on the door here, and quite a bit of space within the door bin right here as well. Gonna have a power adjustable driver's seat, but manually adjustable passenger seat. A lot of space right here, and obviously very comfortable. Let's move that seat back to give ourselves more space. And right up here, I like the fact that there is a lot of storage space. That's what I was just saying. You can stick the phone in there, whatever your passengers want to put in. Also the glove box down here that never has any gloves in it, but it's called a glove box anyway. And we'll take a quick look at what we have here as far as the drink holders go. You can see I have my bottle in there. You have more connectivity here, and the armrest and lid for the console kind of doubling as both. And then you have the removable tray here. If you don't like that being here in the center console, well, obviously you can take that out or just leave it in depending on your preference. And there is quite a bit of space down in there, probably a lot deeper than I can show on camera. And here on the driver's side door, we have a few more accessories than we did on the passenger side door. You can lock the windows, roll all 4 windows down, obviously your unlock and lock buttons, and you can control these side view mirror positions right there, the power side view mirrors. And we're also going to have the buttons on the steering wheel, your steering wheel mounted controls for your cruise control right there. You can answer and hang up on phone calls. There's a lot you can do here. Makes it pretty simple. We'll start the engine up and let everything come to life on the dashboard to show you what is there. Yes, I do need to put some gas in here. We'll do that before the test drive. And then once we look at that, I mean, it's a pretty simple system to use right there. You've got all of your gauges and everything you need to know about the vehicle, but you also have the very easy to use infotainment screen. A lot of great features and functionality here. You can go in and make all kinds of changes to settings for the vehicle and other things like that. You can see what all is there. In fact, you actually have a little area right here that's actually kind of jutting out that makes it a little bit easier to kind of put your hand on, maybe. At least that's what it seems to be. My hand's kind of big to do that, so I can use it as a thumb rest, as you can see right there. But you can see what all you have here. You can go in and change things on the vehicle, make different changes there if it'll respond to me. There we go. I actually really like what we have here as far as the overall look. You can go into climate. Let's see if we can get it to work for me. There we go. There we go. That's what I wanted to get back to. Very nice graphics here. That is for sure. And we'll go home, and I'm going to go into reverse via the push button shifter down there. Tell me what you think about that. I know a lot of people don't like push button shifters, but this one seems to be a little bit more, well, we'll say well put together, I guess, compared to some of the other models I've seen on the road in other vehicles. You can see that you have the trajectory lines, your rear view camera, and if you're backing up to a trailer, well, you can use that. If you want to tow that 2,000 to 3,500 pounds that this model is supposed to be capable of, well, that's how you do it. And we're going to go back into park right here. Something that I found interesting here, obviously you have the control for volume and changing radio stations, but you have map and you have nav right there. You would think that nav would be navigation, right? Well, I'm going to hit the map button. That brings in your built-in navigation. And when I hit nav, it takes you back to the main screen so you can navigate your way through the different apps that are here. At least that's the way I would put it. And then the controls here for your air conditioning, everything that you need to do there, need to know about is there. And then you also have heated seats for the driver and the passenger. As you can see right there, 3 different settings to select from. And your mode selector. And it's going to let you know what mode you're in up there on the dashboard. So pretty easy to deal with, pretty easy to figure out. And you can turn different features on and off right here, such as that pesky auto stop start feature or what is called idle stop. Ultimately, a pretty simple vehicle to learn and use. For those of you who maybe are saying, Tom, I've never owned a vehicle with that kind of technology before, I'm a bit nervous about it. What should I think? It's very easy to learn and use. I can't say that about every vehicle out there, but this particular one, not too bad. And we'll hop out on the road for a quick test drive here. Acceleration is not terribly bad. I know that's one of the first things people are probably going to say, is 191 horsepower enough? Well, it really depends on who you are and what your situation is. For some people, it's not going to be a problem. For other people, yeah, you might want to go with the turbocharged version of the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that's under the hood. But for others, the naturally aspirated version is going to be more than enough. So, ultimately, I have to say, it's an enjoyable vehicle to drive. The ride quality is good, and the responsiveness of the steering is good. It's good and responsive to the touch. It's not like a sports car or anything like that, but I like the fact that it doesn't have a ton of play in it. I recently made a video with a Subaru Outback, a 2023 Subaru Outback, and it actually had noticeable play in the steering wheel, something I was not expecting, even though that's the first Subaru I've done. But you definitely don't have that issue here the same way that you did with the Outback. And we'll go around this driver because he's taking his time making that turn right there, maybe looking at the flowers or something. But overall, a good comfortable interior to complement the comfortable ride quality. The seats seem to be good and comfortable, at least for what little time that I've put into driving here. But overall, I'm impressed with everything. It would be nice to do a nice little road test with this model, with this Santa Fe, and see what it's actually like on a more long-term basis. But we don't have that kind of time today. Overall, I'd have to say I'm pretty impressed with what I've experienced. You do have a nice, comfortable interior overall, plenty of space. It feels good and roomy, and then you have all of that cargo capacity in the rear cargo area to complement everything. A really well put together vehicle by Hyundai. And that is what you get for $37,090 with the 2023 Hyundai Santa Fe XRT. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Do you think that's a reasonable price? Do you think you get enough for the money? I'm always curious to know what everybody has to say. Tell me what your answer is and why you answered the way that you did. Gotta say a special thanks to my friends at Mike Morgan Hyundai for loaning me this Santa Fe for the day, and a special thanks to all of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn about other vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.